Merry meet and welcome to Witchy Wednesday here at Ariel's Corner. This is Ariel Gatoga and we are streaming live on YouTube. I'm super happy to be here today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you're not, I hope we turn that around for you right quick. Moderating today for us on YouTube here are the lovely I Am Her Eminence and the lovely Diane. Thank you so much, moderators. And thanks so much to everybody for joining us today. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. And let's see, if you haven't gone over to our website yet, you can find that at arielscorner.com, arielscorner.com. That's where you're going to find all of our stuff. So check it out. We also have a podcast hub, and you can find that at arielspodcasts.com, arielspodcasts.com, and our shop is located at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. I was hoping to get some new stuff up on the shop over my weekend, but I didn't have time. It's so many other things I had to deal with. Just a program note, we are out of town next week. So my last stream before I go out of town is going to be this Saturday. So there's no streams starting this Sunday. And then I'll be back the following Wednesday, which is, so I'll be here all this week except for Sunday. And then I'm gone and I'll be back the following Wednesday, which is the 25th. And we'll resume our normally scheduled programming. All right. If you are not on the chat thread, you can open that up. It's, if you're on a desktop, it's on the right-hand side of your screen. On a mobile, I can't remember how to do it, but we do have a chat thread. So if you want to chat with everybody else watching, you can do that. Or if that gets distracting, you can turn that off. You're not disturbing us if you're chatting, so please chat about anything you want. If you have any questions for me personally, you can put them right in that chat thread, and I will do my best to get to them before the end of the stream. I've got to work today, so I don't have time to go over. So as long as I don't go over, this is a really brief little talisman that we're going to do today, but you know me, sometimes I get on a roll, and I don't watch the clock. All right, let's start with a meditation. If you're in a space where it is safe and appropriate for you, please close your eyes and take some nice, long, slow, deep, relaxing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. With every inhale, feel more light and peace entering your body and mind. With every exhale, let go of all the tension in your body, along with anything in your mind you do not want. Inhaling peace, exhaling as you let go. We picture ourselves on top of a beautiful mountain in the center of a circular grove of trees. In the center of our circle, a bonfire blazes forth. This sacred fire lights the grove up with a golden light. This is the light of perfect love and perfect trust, and it easily and efficiently burns away that which is unlike itself, and that leaves us feeling safe and serene. Into this space, we invoke the presence of our Creator. To many of us, our Creator reveals themselves to be a mother and father, a goddess and God. Into this space, we also call upon our angels, our guides, and our teachers. We ask that we be guided as we walk upon the way, becoming happier, more peaceful, and more loving people. Blessed be. Okay, we're just going to make a simple... come on, chair. Okay, my microphone is all over the place. Sorry. Okay, I painted myself into a corner. Now I'm better. I'm still not where I want to be here. There we go. All right, so let's take out our book of Psalms here, and we're going to do a talisman of protection, and it doesn't matter what phase of the moon you do a talisman of protection. So we just are getting over that full moon into the waning cycle. That's fine. So there are several ways you can choose your psalm and choose your verse. The first is that you can go through for perhaps the categories of psalms, the protective psalms, and then choose one. So that might be you choose Psalm 91. There we go. And a smart thing to do, and we'll do that right now real quickly, is just read it. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide upon... and then when we go through this, as you're reading it, notice if there's one verse that just really clicks, that pulls at your heartstrings. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver me from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by the day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder. The young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because He hath set His love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. So there's a lot of good ones in there, but you want to just pick one verse. And I'm just going to, for us today, you can pick whatever one you want. I'm just going to pick the He shall give His angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. So I'm just going to write that down on a scratch paper here. Okay, so this is verse 11. For He, just in pencil is all I'm doing. This is just for scratch paper. This is not the talisman. For He shall give His angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. To keep thee in all thy ways. Now, this technique I'm going to show you you can go really complex with it if you want to. We're going to not do that. We're going to go very simple with it. So all we're going to do is we're going to take the first letter of each word. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. So here's that's what that looks like. Now, if you wanted to, you could decide which angel you're working with and convert this into a sigil based on their angelic square. That's one way to do it. And then that can be your talisman. We're not going to do that. We're going to go real simple. I didn't cut out anything. I was a little bit pressed for time this morning, so you're going to just have to watch me do everything from scratch because I didn't prepare anything. So I'm just going to make a 5 by 5 inch square. There's no planetary reason for that. I just like it's about the right size for any talisman. So that's what I start with. But you can have it be any size you like. So then 5 by 5. I can move some of this stuff out of my way. We're actually done with this book of Psalms, so we don't need this anymore. Oh, wait, I was going to show you the other thing you could do. I forgot what I got ahead of myself. So that's one way to do it, to choose your psalm based on the category. Another way to do it, which is something that I do more frequently than not, is just to let bibliomancy take care of it. So rather than considering it and finding what I want and going with my emotional reaction to it, which is a wonderful way to do it, is to just take the book of Psalms and say, I want a protection talisman. Which psalm and verse should I use? And then you just kind of close your eyes and you feel until you get a pull. And this one is, as for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness. And you could use that. So that's the other way to do it, is just use bibliomancy. But we didn't. We went the old-fashioned way. Well, I don't know that that's old-fashioned, but we went with the just going based on our own understanding of what the Psalms mean, going through the categories, reading the Psalm through, and then choosing based on how we felt. The good thing about that, and you can do it with the bibliomancy too, is to read the whole Psalm through. It's just to read it through like that, even though you're only using one verse. It's a smart idea. Okay, anyway, let's find the middle. It's going to be 4.5. I'm sorry, 3.5. Okay. Now we're going to just decide our color. If you don't want to incorporate color magic, just use a pen or pencil. That's fine. You don't have to incorporate anything complex. I'm going to go ahead and just use this blue, my circle. And you could just use like a jar lid or something. You don't have to use a compass. We just want a circle. And it's not a double circle because we're not doing God names or anything complicated. We're just doing a circle. Similar to how we use those broadcasting talismans, except for you don't need to leave an opening for this one. You can just do a regular circle from. Okie dokie. I'm going to start out with a symbol in the center. I like a pentagram. It's my sacred symbol, but you can use anything you like. Just freehand is fine. And now we're just going to find our scratch paper here. And we are going to start drawing these letters. F, H, and if you get to the end of the circle and there's no more room, just start spiraling in a little bit. And if there's a big space, it's fine. I'll show you as we go. F, H, S, G, H, and I said we're done with the Book of Psalms, but we're not. I'm going to pull it out in a second. F, H, S, F, H, S, G, H, A, C, O, T, T, K, T, I, K, T, I, A, T, W. Okay, and you could, if you have space in here, on here, you can put your name if you want. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it. Where am I? There it is. I'm going to cut this out. This is not a broadcasting talisman, so you don't have to worry about setting it anywhere. In fact, what you're going to do is you're going to fold it up and carry it with you. So if you didn't want to do a circle, you could even just do it on a square or rectangle piece of paper. But I like this circle. Let's get our Psalms back here. Because what we want to do is charge it and charge it with that verse. So that's 91. And so for he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. And then we can just go ahead and let this candle burn down and out. Obviously, this is LED, so I'm just going to use this and let it burn for an hour, and then I will turn it off. But if you're using a regular candle, just let it burn until the wax burns out, and then dispose of the wax. And then you'll just fold this up and carry it with you. Put it in your wallet, put it in your purse, whatever. You can put it in your pillowcase at night if you want to sleep with it. You could have you can put any extra symbols on there that you want. You can make it real pretty. I just like everything real simple sometimes, especially if I'm feeling like out of sorts and I just need some help. I just want something really simple. I don't want to have to worry about it. But other people feel better if they incorporate more things, in which case you could color the whole thing. You could use crayons and color it, or pens. You could call upon a specific archangel, like I said, and that's a wonderful way to do this. And I should have probably shown you how to do it, but I just didn't feel like it today. You can take this, and those angelic squares. You'll make a sigil out of each of the first letters of this verse. You just have to decide which angel you're working with. So I would probably work with Michael for protection, but that's not the only one. You could use any one you want. They're all protective. But I would probably use Archangel Michael and do a sigil based on this. And then I would probably transfer that sigil into a circle like this. And then I wouldn't have to worry about anything like that. I would just put the sigil in the circle, and I guess you could still put this around it if you wanted to. There's nothing that says you can't, but still charge it by reading the psalm aloud, and if you desire, burning a candle. You could also perfume this. I just didn't bring any perfume today, but you don't need any of that. And then the same with that sigil, you'll just fold it up and carry it with you. That's just more complicated. And sometimes if you're feeling out of sorts, if you're feeling like you really need some help, you don't necessarily want complicated. Some people do, though. Some people feel better if they've really gone to the nth degree. They really feel like they've done all that they can, and it makes them feel better. Whereas some of us, it's like, I don't need to be over encumbered with things. I just need a simple talisman to get the energy flowing in the right direction. But you could use this for money. You could use it for anything, for relationship issues. If you had a fight with somebody, to bring resolution and harmony, you could use it for any purpose whatsoever. And if you can't find the, quote, right psalm, don't worry about it. Just use bibliomancy. And that goes with psalm magic in general. People are so worried sometimes about, oh, I don't know the right psalm for this, and I don't see that in the category. Don't worry about it. Just take the book of Psalms and ask it, what should I use? And then if you're going to do normal psalm magic, just open up the book until you find it and read that, work that entire psalm. But if you're working a sigil, you can also find, with your eyes closed, the right verse and use that verse. And it works beautifully. It works great. And that's pretty much it. Let's see if we have any questions. Oh, the letters weren't showing up. Can I make? Are you talking about on this? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Can you see them here though? Do you remember us doing Psalm 150 as a 7-day gratitude spell a while back? Yeah, that's common. That's just part of psalm magic. You can, and you don't have to do 7 days. You can, but you don't have to do 7 days. But if you have something come about that's been great, you can actually chant the psalm 7 times in one go. That's very common. Is there a way to tell whether a talisman is the broadcasting type or if it isn't? Yeah, the broadcasting type is this kind. I have a video on it. It's a very specific kind of talisman where you do this. And you leave an opening and you say your name and then 3 keywords. Usually I start with peace for my first keyword. And then for my second keyword, I start with I put down the quality of spirit that is governed by the angel I'm working with. And if you're not working with an angel, then just any keyword. But let's say I was working with Ariel, I would put the keyword love. And then whatever the final keyword I use is the one that is specific to my talisman. So let's say I was doing this because I wanted to have an inspiration for art. I would put inspiration or inspire. And then once all those keywords are there, you close this up. Now, usually this is on a square sheet of paper, in which case I will put the symbol for the planet I'm working with or the angel I'm working with at the 4 corners. You can burn a candle on it, and you can perfume it, but you don't have to. Once that's done, once this is done, then you leave this talisman face up somewhere with nothing sitting on top of it. And that's a broadcasting talisman. I've got a whole video on that. I think it's called Simple Broadcasting Talisman or something like that. But that's just a specific style of talisman. It's very simple but very powerful. But that's the one talisman you don't want to put anything on top of it. The other talismans that we use, like in angel magic and pretty much any other talisman, you can just stick them in your talisman box or your angel box, and it's okay if you have talismans on top of one another. But no matter what the talisman is, if it's a specific talisman for a specific purpose, I don't like to have too many of them going at once. Now, if it's just a talisman for general protection of the space or something like that, that's different. I just leave that going. But usually, if there's more than 3 talismans going, I personally feel like it's too much. I feel like everything gets scattered. I don't get the results that I want. And especially with these broadcasting talismans, I really feel like it dilutes my efforts if I focus on too many talismans at once. So when I'm ready to start if I have 3 going and I want another one, I will usually deactivate this one. And as long as that circle has been broken, the talisman's deactivated and you can let it go. Okay, and I'm sorry that the letters were too light, and I hope that you were able to see what I was doing once I did it on this one. I apologize for that. All right, let's see if we have any other questions before we go. Is there, oh, looks like one's coming in. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Well, I hope that was fun. And I will be here tomorrow, Friday, which is Friday the 13th, and Saturday, and then I'll be gone for a week. All right. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators. Today we had the lovely I Am Her Eminence and the lovely Diane, and we will see everybody real soon. Until next time, blessed be.